Tonight, Gold Trip wins the Melbourne Cup as emotions run high for the owners and jockey Mark Zara.
I mean, I still can't believe it. It's just Melbourne Cup, just unbelievable.
The coldest Melbourne Cup day in over a century, but that didn't stop the celebrations. A protester takes aim at the Flemington track. One bank moves quickly as official interest rates rise again. A teenage girl critically injured during a community celebrations in Altona. And seeing red, the fashion highlights and one of Melbourne's most stylish days.
Live from Melbourne, 7 News with Mike Amor starts now.
Good evening. Gold Trip has stormed into racing history, winning Australia's greatest horse race on the coldest Melbourne Cup day in more than a century. Just 74,000 fans braved the conditions at Flemington, but the party's just getting started for the Stallions' Aussie owners and jockey Mark Zara.
Before today, Gold Trip had won just once in his career. Win number 2 will go down in racing folklore.
150 metres to go, wondering about getting tired. Emissary has tried very, very hard, but Gold Trip is brave. 100 to go, a length and a half Emissary. Gold Trip is going to win the Lexus Melbourne Cup. Gold Trip wins it in a real staying contest for the ages.
A golden moment for jockey Mark Zara, his first Melbourne Cup.
Try put this feeling into words.
Oh, I can't. I just feel like crying. It's unbelievable.
A maiden win too for trainers David Eustace and Kieran Ma. The boy from Warrnambool cheering Gold Trip all the way down the home straight.
Fantastic effort by the whole team. It's unbelievable. It's a dream come true.
You're actually shaking inside.
Yeah, of course. You know, it's the pinnacle for our sport to do it with Kieran. I'm obviously so grateful to be training with him.
Even like the last 50, I was thinking, I'm going to win this here, no, but it just went forever the last bit, and I was, I mean, I still can't believe it. It's just Melbourne Cup, just unbelievable.
The first time in 3 years, large crowds were back on Cup Day.
Gates are open, thank you.
And it was back to tradition for racegoers. The fashion was bold, the skies were grey, and after a mild morning they opened, dumping rain and hail, sending racegoers running for cover. It was the coldest Melbourne Cup day since 1913. The downpours emptying the outdoor area of the birdcage. The ground more suited to gumboots than high heels, although platforms were a popular choice for keeping toes dry. Some went for comfort.
Ankle boots, no heels.
A poncho became the must-have accessory.
We're quite prepared for it.
The best tip of the day.
Stay dry.
Some decided to ignore the forecast when planning their outfits, braving the cold.
Just bucketed it. Thought, oh well, may as well look nice.
Inside the marquees, it didn't matter what the weather was doing. The champagne was flowing. Swimming and singing star Cody Simpson was looking forward to performing the national anthem.
It's been a couple of years since I've sung in front of a crowd this large, so it's nice, yeah, it's an honour.
The rain cleared just in time for Australia's greatest race.
Gates are back and they're racing.
On the lawn there was a party atmosphere in between the rain showers. Those who loved the races say they weren't fazed by the forecast, even those who travelled from interstate.
The family's from Perth, and we thought he'd come over just for the beautiful sunshine and also enjoy the cup.
Today is one of those fantastic Melbourne days. Get up in the morning, it's beautiful. 20 minutes later, it's shite.
Light and shade for racegoers, a golden moment for Australia's newest racing champion. Emma O'Sullivan, 7 News.
Anti-racing vandals targeted Flemington, pouring hundreds of litres of toxic sludge on the track. Tegan Doling has the fallout. And Tegan, the extreme act has sparked a police investigation.
Mike, around 1,000 litres of an oily sludge was poured onto the Flemington racetrack at around 6 o'clock this morning. And the police are working incredibly hard to try and work out who the man is behind the vandalism. He says he's a problem gambler taking a stand against a toxic racing industry. Now, the sludge was poured onto a section of the track at around the 1,500 metre mark, with racing officials inspecting the area and working very quickly to fix it before declaring the course safe for racing. Now, one horse interpretation didn't get to finish the Melbourne Cup, but the vets have been able to clear all runners in the post-race inspections, which is very good news, Mike, considering 7 horses died in 8 years between 2013 and 2020. Mike.
Tegan Doling at Flemington, thank you. The roar of the crowd returned to Flemington for the first Cup day without COVID restrictions since 2019. But overall numbers were well down, with today's crowd the lowest in decades.
Full stands for the first time in 3 years, and racegoers were ready for a party.
We're hoping that we can win the Melbourne Cup, and down the outside here comes Montefilia, 200 metres to go.
On a day of rain, hail and shine, nothing was going to dull the sparkle of these ladies.
I don't think there's much that will be ruffling your feathers today.
No, maybe some boys.
Footpaths were turned into catwalks, bright and bold, dominating the public areas.
Just thought red and yellow, white, what could go wrong?
Block suits for the win.
How did it come about?
Well, I've got a lime green ute, FG ute.
Many of them locals, just as many travelled from far and wide to be there.
I've come down from Port Douglas, so a long way from home.
Carramborough, South Gippsland. We've always wanted to come to the pub.
We've never been here before, so just an eye-opener.
We got married last weekend and this is our honeymoon.
It's a pretty romantic way to spend your honeymoon.
Yeah.
While champagne is traditionally the drink of choice at the Cup, others went for stackable options.
Are you stocked up for later? Is that what's going on here?
Pretty much, yeah. We're going to get some food. The line's probably going to take about half an hour.
As thousands poured through the gates, some found the weather all too much, calling it quits hours before the race was even called.
No, we're done.
Head to a bar, somewhere warm.
Where are you going?
Home.
Why?
No, we're going to the pub because it's cold.
Well, there was plenty being splashed out on betting.
Well, the biggest bet I've seen on course is 20,000 on Montefilia.
And some who struck it lucky.
He was coming last the whole way and he just won. That's brilliant. Look at the Irish. Woo!
Bookies were feeling the effect of online gaming platforms.
The cash isn't there like there has been years gone by.
It's not just Australians who love the Melbourne Cup. This moment is being broadcast around the world to 160 countries and watched by more than 70 million people.
Away from the track, a police crackdown on the roads. This week alone, they've caught more than 300 drunk or drugged drivers.
The type of offending that we've detected is the type of offending that is contributing to road trauma.
And they'll be out in force again tonight as the city swarms with soggy, wobbly racegoers finding their way home after a big day trackside. Christy Cooper, 7 News.
Fashion's made a triumphant return trackside at Flemington as bold colours brightened a dreary Melbourne day. And leading this year's style pack in the birdcage, celebrities Delta Goodrem and Beck Judd in daring designs.
Only the brightest frocks can steal attention away from the track on Cup Day. Cup style is flamboyant, it's vibrant and it's playful despite the rain.
We brought jackets today. Derby Day we did not, which was a big mistake.
Stars sheltering from the elements in the luxury birdcage, showing more flair and more skin. All colours were on show, but red dominated. Beck Judd sizzling in this mini number. Delta Goodrem stunned in floral Dolce & Gabbana, while Cup ambassador Christian Wilkins in head-to-toe green Gucci and a sparkling tiara. But there's always a nod to classic racewear. Cup Day requires stamina, with celebrity stylists transforming racegoers from the crack of dawn. Fashion was relegated to our front lawns during COVID, but today it was back where it should be. Just in time to mark 60 years of Maya fashions on the field, these millinery creations stole the show.
Lots of feathers. We love a lot of colour.
With outfits to match.
A lot of really bright block colours and textural fabrics. It's beautiful.
The parade has been overhauled this year with all new gender-inclusive categories, including best dressed and best suited.
Now all-inclusive, anyone can participate, and I think that's really fun.
Today's finalists will compete in the grand final on Oaks Day. Sonia Marinelli, 7 News.
The coldest Cup day since 1913 kept most Melburnians indoors today, but there was still a big cash splash, providing a major boost to the city's economy.
A champagne breakfast to start Cup Day. Many regular racegoers abandoned Flemington because of the weather. But it didn't stop spending. The average Australian splashes $179 on Melbourne Cup Day, $88 of that on betting, the rest on entertainment, fashion and dining. As the hail set in, the Commons Collective moved their garden party indoors.
There's no dampening of the spirits today.
I did have an outfit change this morning. The dress was more summery, and so it was a quick, can't wear that today.
The banks of the Yarra are usually one of the most popular locations for a Cup Day barbecue. Today, the tradition was thrown out the window, the wet weather keeping crowds away.
Punters spent up big.
Think of a number in your head, whatever comes out, put that on.
We just bet on the horses with the best names.
For some, the gamble paid off.
Winner!
And public holiday pay rates meant bars and pubs were equipped with the staff to handle the crowds.
This whole week is huge, from Derby Day to Melbourne Cup to Oaks Day to Stakes Day. It's just crazy. It's been such a busy week for us all.
Rochelle Brown, 7 News.
Welcome back. Warrnambool-based trainers Kieran Maher and Dave Eustace can finally call themselves Melbourne Cup winners after saluting in the great race with Gold Trip. It was redemption too for jockey Mark Zara, who missed the winning ride last year because of suspension.
Back in front of a packed house at Flemington, a field of 22 following the late scratching of Luna Flare set out to catch overwhelming favourite Dowville Legend.
Gates are back and they're racing. They're off in the cup.
Rain in the lead-up saw the track downgraded to a soft 7. Gold Trip hit the front with 300 to go and didn't look back.
100 to go, a length and a half emissary. Gold Trip is going to win the Lexus Melbourne Cup. Gold Trip wins it in a real staying contest for the ages.
After running 9th in the Cox Plate and 2nd in the Caulfield Cup, Gold Trip recorded just his 2nd career win. Sweet redemption for jockey Mark Zara.
Even like the last 50, I was thinking, I'm going to win this here.
His first Melbourne Cup victory comes 1 year after suspension saw him lose his ride on last year's winner, Very Elegant.
I was probably drinking my way out of it, and Elise was saying, don't drink too much. And I was saying, well, what else do you want me to do? My horse just won the Melbourne Cup. It hasn't slipped my mind. I think about it all the time.
Trainers Kieran Maher and Dave Eustace also got their first taste of Melbourne Cup success. Gold Trip was paying punters $18.40 for the win. Geelong Cup winner Emissary ran 2nd. High Emotion came from last in the field to earn a place. Next year's competition already lining up.
The favourite's going to salute and the big crowd love it. White Marlin won at 5 lengths.
Trainer Gay Waterhouse already has the 2023 Melbourne Cup in her sights.
He's the real deal, and I hope we'll see him here this time next year.
But as Zara knows best, 12 months is a long time in racing. Natalie Anides, 7 News.
The party is just getting started for the Connections. Andrew McCormack is in the thick of the action in South Yarra. And Andrew, the celebrations are set to go well into the night.
Well, Tim, his timing was impeccable today at Flemington. He's literally just rocked up. He's the man of the moment. Kieran Maher, of course, with his partner Dave Eustace, taking out his first Melbourne Cup. How do you feel?
I feel sensational. Super day, just really proud of the team, and you know, it's a lot goes into getting a horse ready for the Melbourne Cup. You know, to get one horse ready, let alone 5, and yeah, I'm just super proud and thrilled, really. You know, it's a race that stops the nation, and to win it's a race you dream about being a trainer. Like, I've been in the industry since I was about 15, and to get the win is absolutely amazing.
Not bad from a overweight jump jockey from Warrnambool.
Yeah, exactly right. It's all part of it. It was all learning, and you know, I didn't come from a race